Hey guys, and welcome to Tasmania TV. Tonight I am celebrating my birthday with some of my ladies, and we're kind of doing a sleepover sort of thing, which is why I'm wearing my koala kigurumi. I think a bunch of the girls are going to be like in their PJs and stuff. We're just going to be eating cheese, drinking wine, and hanging out. So I thought, since I'm going to be all turquoise all night, I wanted to come up with a fun, creative makeup look that matches my outfit. Obviously, you don't have to wear a turquoise kigurumi in order to rock this look, but it is recommended. So let's get started. The foundation that I'm using, this is my regular foundation, and it is by Face Stockholm. The Picture Perfect foundation in the shade D, which is the lightest shade that they have. It's perfect for us pale skins. Then I'm setting that with the Apolosophy Sheer Transparent Powder, which is a great powder for really pale skin. After that, I'm going to do a bit of shading, and I'm using a micro shadow by Makeup Store in the shade Beaver and a small angled face brush. For the shading around my nose, I'm just going to be using my finger. For the highlights, I'm using a matte white eyeshadow by Emite. It's not labeled, but it says 15, so I guess it's number 15. Again, I'm just using my finger. And just going above the points where I put the shading, just to raise those a little bit. So anything I want to lift. If you feel like any part of your shading or highlights has become too dramatic, you can always go over your whole face with a powder afterwards and just even everything out. But I kind of like it to be a bit dramatic. It is my birthday after all. After that, I'm going to put a bit of color back into my cheeks by using this e.l.f. blush. Again, it doesn't say what shade it is, but it is this lovely hot pink. It's my favorite blush. I'm kind of just going to go over the same area as I went over with the shading. So underneath the cheekbone, I'm just taking it a little bit further down onto the apples of my cheeks. If you want to find out where the apples of your cheeks are, just smile. And you can find that their most rounded out part of your cheeks, that's your apples. That was my base. Let's move on to the rest of the makeup. I'm going to start by priming my eyelids and my waterline with this white jumbo liner from NYX. Just taking that in the waterline first, and then taking it down and onto the lid and the inner corner as well. You can use any primer you like, but when we're working with bold colors like turquoise, you help the colors pop by adding a white primer instead of a non-colored one. The turquoise that I'm going to be using today is this one. It is another micro shadow by Makeup Store, and the shade is called Maya. Very matchy with my outfit. So I'm taking a regular flat brush with this and then packing the color on. So gently pressing it in to get as much color payoff as possible. I'm also taking this out into a wing, but you guys decide how dramatic you want to be with this. After that, I'm getting up my trusty blending brush and blending away those edges. If I was going out in this look, I would probably add some black to the outer corners and a little bit underneath, and make it super dramatic that way, but since we're staying in, I just kind of want this to be more fun, colorful look, and I don't want it to be too dark because I do want it to match my kigurumi, so I'm not going to go ahead and add any black, but if that's what you guys want, you go ahead and do that. After that, I'm going to go in with eyeliner, and I'm using this liquid eyeliner pen by Claire's. I'm also taking the liner a little bit along the lower lash line, just kind of connecting those two, but then sort of stopping halfway into the eye. This just helps to frame the eye a little bit more. After that, I'm getting out my Get Big Lashes mascara, which is waterproof. It's by Essence, starting with my bottom lashes. Getting out my blinged out curlers and curling my lashes. The curlers are by Claire's too. Then I'm just quickly adding some clear lip gloss, keeping the lips nude since I'm only going to be drinking wine and eating cheese all night anyway. But if I was going to go out, I think that a nice black set of lips would look awesome with this strong turquoise that I've got going on. For the eyebrows, I'm going to do dots today, and I'm going to be using this cake liner by Makeup Store. And in order to try to speed things up, I'm going to be using a crease brush from this, also from e.l.f., since it already has that rounded shape. I'm still going to need to go in and fix up the edges with a smaller brush. Going back in with a more detailed brush and just cleaning out the edges. It's actually a nail art brush, but I think that they work awesomely for doing small detail work with eyeliner. Now I'm going to repeat that on the other side. And then for the final touch, some falsies. I got these at eBay, and as always I use the Duo Lash Adhesive to attach those. I think that's an amazing product. So that's it, you guys. This is the final look. I hope you like it. I know this little bow thing makes it ridiculously kind of barfy cute, but I don't care. It's just hilariously fun. So yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions about the products or anything like that, just put them in the comments and I'll get back to you. If not, I shall see you in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.